super bad timing. And he said, why? Because just this very morning, I discussed with the other founders that we want to expand to Singapore.
Welcome everyone to an extremely special episode of Tea with Tea. Today I am joined with Gero. Welcome.
Thank you.
And we are shooting here from Singapore. So, how you like Singapore so far?
Oh, it's my dream city. I've been here many times, but I haven't been back for 5 years. I haven't been here since COVID, so it's great to be back.
Very good to have you here. So, tell me a little bit about the founding story of Signavio and bridge it to me. What about its importance with Singapore?
Yeah, no, we started 15 years ago in Berlin. So it's a super small, tiny little thing with friends who just love to build software. It turned out the customers wanted to actually use our software to bring people together to talk about business processes and envision a better version of their organization. And I hired a colleague very early on, Daniel, as a seller. And you know what he said in his job interview?
I want to work from Singapore.
He said, look, Gero, I'm just coming back from the most beautiful city in the world, and that is Singapore. I love it there. But I thought I might come back to Germany for a little while to learn about software sales. But in 3 years latest, I will want to go back to Singapore, and you decide whether it's with Signavio or without Signavio. So 3 years later, in 2013, he comes to me and says, Gero, remember the job interview? And I said, what do you mean? Right, this was 1 year into the company, and who knows whether you're still alive 3 years later. So I never remembered what he told me. He said, I told you that I'm going to stay at most 3 years in Germany, and then I want to go back to Singapore. Today's the day. I know we're not ready yet to go to Singapore, so I found a new job. It's some other equipment manufacturing company that wants to expand to Singapore. So I signed up. Sorry, next month I'm gone. And I said, Daniel, super bad timing. And he said, why? Because just this very morning, I discussed with the other founders that we want to expand to Singapore. So, I mean, now that you have a connection to Singapore, maybe you know someone who could actually run this for us and do the expansion for us. And he said, but I could do it. And I said, well, how can you do it if you sign up for another job, right? But maybe you can send a friend or somebody that you know. And he said, but if you're really doing it, I want to be the one. So the next day he canceled his the other job, and we built a plan how to come to Singapore. So we set up shop here, very small, one person and 2 people, 3 people, starting in 2013, and happily signed up customers here in the region, and I've come many times to appreciate the beauty of the city.
Yes, I mean it's a really lovely place. I mean, I'm also, as you know, I'm from Berlin. Moved in my life, I think, around 18 times in 7 different countries. So I'm living here for 2 years already, and I really can definitely agree on it's a beautiful city, a very, very dynamic place to be. So now that you have been a couple times to Singapore, also, did you have ever a chance to also go with the family to come here, or only in business?
So I have 3 boys. So I came here with my wife and the kids, and they love it. I mean, first of all, big difference to Berlin. It's always warm here. So no need for long trousers or sweatshirts and stuff like that. It's always beautifully warm. Nature. We love the zoo, Sentosa, the beach. So many things to do in Singapore. It's just a wonderful city. Also, the food, the blend of cultures that you find here in Singapore is super, super special. While at the same time, it's very easy to come in and arrive in the city. So people are super welcome, and everything works well. All of the infrastructure that you need is there. So Singapore is an easy place to start, but a very diverse place where you can explore and appreciate and find a lot of interesting people and cultures here.
I was just thinking, honestly, I didn't plan on that, but did you kind of pitch me also what kind of solutions we have in SAP Signavio and Dynamics, right? It's an easy way to start.
That's right.
It's very diverse, and you see the outcomes in the city, everything works like a very smooth process. But I guess that was absolutely unintentional. But with that, I mean, I think around 3 years now, right? The acquisition was around 3 years.
Yeah.
So now coming back, I think we are now here in the SAP offices. Is this your first time, right?
I have never been to an SAP office in Singapore before.
Yes, and so how you like it? I mean, now you have been able to see a lot of your team here locally, but also the overall SAP organization, had a coffee corner. So what are your impressions on that experience?
So it's a phenomenal place here. I met so many great colleagues here in these couple of days that I'm here in Singapore, and it is our regional hub, right? It is really the epicenter for the entire Asia Pacific and Japan region, coming here from run from Singapore. So it's a great opportunity to meet all of those colleagues and discuss how we can be even more successful together here in the region. It's just wonderful. And also colleagues coming from all kinds of different countries working here in Singapore. So it's like a perfect melting pot of people coming together, excited, dynamic, full of passion to drive really cool things for our customers.
That's very good. And we really, really love to see you here more often. I mean, you had also a meeting this morning with the colleagues from the AI lab. I can't have any episode nowadays without mentioning AI, so maybe you can also give us some, maybe tell us a little bit what's coming up next related to AI and process, a little bit laying out.
Yeah. No, it's the biggest technological shift that we've seen for a long time. The last big shift was the arrival of cloud. So Signavio was really created on the back of that wave. We were the first vendor in the process management space to be cloud native. So now AI comes around and it shifts dramatically what we can do with our software. So it allows us to surface insights about business even faster and contextualize it and explain it. So people get a lot smarter about how their company currently runs through the help of AI inside of the SAP Signavio tools. But even more importantly, we can not only explore the problem space better, but we can also help explore the solution space and help give customers recommendations and ideas how they can improve, what options they have, and anticipate what would happen if they do that. So this is a radically new capability that we can offer. And of course, many times of these recommendations, it will also be about how companies can apply AI in the best possible way across their different processes. So we learn and observe from the changes that are being tried and implemented across companies, feed that into our models so that we can play that back to our customers and tell them, look, here is an opportunity for you, or these are the 3 ways you can optimize this process, knowing whether it yielded good results or bad results with other customers.
I love this, and thanks really for reconfirming this super, super important message. I mean, as you know, not too long ago, I was on the other side being a customer to such solutions, and I think we really need to focus on the value, and you always righteously so say what? Value, identification, and
realization.
Exactly, and they cannot go just one by one, they have to go together. Absolutely. And I really love this. So just a last question, when will we see you again in Singapore or in the region?
So last time I was here was 5 years ago, so definitely is not going to take that long. So hopefully soon I will be back here in this beautiful city.
Thanks a lot. Until the next time, bring it.